Okay, we are live a little bit early. Father Miller here. Welcome back to the Nerd Father. Gentlemen, good to see you. I had to start a little bit early today just because with the Christmas season and we have confessions in the church later this evening. It was currently 30 below zero this morning here.
Woo.
So I am doing a warm crock pot meal for tonight. We got about 2 inches of snow, and I think the lowest the wind chill got was 43 below.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not that cold over here, and we're known for our cold.
Well, what's going to be interesting is Texas was supposed to get it too, and I don't know if Gary's ever experienced cold like that. So it'll be fun to see it. So how are you two?
Fine, thank you very much. I'm just getting ready for Christmas, so looking forward to that. So
I've literally caught in the middle of Jack Mooney doing the summing up at the end of the episode of Death in Paradise I'm watching. I expected it's about 10 minutes time, but all of a sudden they got countdown going. I'm like, what?
So, yeah. Oh, geez.
Oh, that's fine, thank you.
The R says it's 82 where he's at.
See, that's no real temperatures. I do centigrade. Fahrenheit, I have no idea what that means. So minus 30 to me just means cold.
Well, I don't know the little converter thing. Let's see. So, according to this, it looks like it would be -5 Celsius.
So basically a normal t-shirt weather day.
Yeah, but I did find something this morning I just wanted to share with you. I've been laughing my butt off over it because it's a Christmas commercial, supposedly from the 80s. Let's see what you guys think of this.
Jakey back off here. You know, it's coming up on that time of year again, where we run around spending more money than we got to buy things that we don't need for people that don't need it. Now, instead of stuffing your loved one's stocking with a bunch of useless, try giving them some. What was wrong with that? Instead of filling your loved one's stocking with some useless bullcrap, try giving them some back. That way, a few years down the road, when old granddaddy over there, he's been a dipping for a long time. If he'd been using back off, though, he'd be around for a few more Christmases. Now, don't that make sense?
And cut.
What is wrong with you? Every time I do one that I feel good, you say cut and got some to complain about.
Do a holiday message that's so morbid?
We say Christmas around here, partner. It's Christmas, and don't make that mistake again. Now, I know you got friends and relatives dead. Why don't this Christmas you try giving us some back off so you can see them again next Christmas?
Come on, man.
That's what you wanted, right? Well, what's the problem? It's a gift that can keep on giving.
See, now that's a commercial I could get behind.
I don't even smoke. I mean, I don't even dip, but I don't know if this is a real. I mean, it looks like it's a real product right now, but they're doing it like a vintage retro type of ad.
Yeah, and getting someone who, yes, you can imagine those type of ads on the TV in the 80s. Just that type of thing. So, yeah, I like that one. So, what did you think of Violent Night?
Loved it. I gotta be careful, though, because well, I don't think you were here when we were talking about it, but my students discovered my channel. That I have a channel. And they're kind of like all giddy about it, kind of thinking it's funny and all that. It's like, let's look it up. And it's like, okay. I mean, nothing on here would be scandalous. I'm still grading their finals, which is interesting. I shared a few answers with the rabbi because we got up to King David, and we got some work to do next semester. So, but yeah, no, it's honestly, if they want to watch, fine. They'll be bored probably.
Yeah. Well, I watched it based on the trailer we saw on your channel last week.
I loved it.
I
absolutely loved it. It's now becoming, and I got to be careful again how I say that, because it is definitely not a movie to see in your clerics. It's definitely an R-rated movie with language and the violence, but it's up there now. It's better than Fat Man from like a year or two ago with Mel Gibson. I like it better than Christmas Vacation.
I liked the trailer a lot more than I did the movie.
Really?
I thought the movie was entertaining, but it's not something I would have. It's like Nobody. Nobody was a good movie, but it's not a movie.
Well, it was produced by that.
It's not a movie that grabbed me that I would rewatch and rewatch. And I think this one, Violent Night, yeah, it was nice to see once. It's definitely not a Christmas movie I'd watch every Christmas.
I think I will. I mean, the idea of Santa, and again, this would be the non-Saint Nick, but the idea of Santa going John Wick on somebody.
Yeah. Because we had a discussion today about what defines a Christmas movie. I'm obviously very Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Die Hard is an action movie set at Christmas.
Do I need to get Jim?
I know, but the reason I was saying that is if Christmas was integral to the plot, yes, you can see it. But if you took it out of Christmas and put it in New Year or put it Thanksgiving and had the party, nothing would have changed except maybe some of the references. So instead of I've a gun now, ho, 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 it could say I've a gun now, Happy New Year. So you see what I mean? Nothing in the story changes if it's Christmas or another time.
Yeah,
so
but
to me, it's not a Christmas movie.
Ho,
It's
makes it
set
all the better.
Eh?
Ho, ho, ho makes it all the better.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it doesn't make it a Christmas movie because it's set at Christmas.
I said
one of the people said to me, what makes it a Christmas movie is if Santa's in it. And I says, well, if somebody dressed as Santa, so if you've got a movie, it spans 3 or 4 years, and the wee girl goes to see Santa once in the movie, does that make it a Christmas movie? It's all
Hallmark would be up the creek.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So what defines it as a Christmas movie? So what defines a Christmas movie to you, Father?
The fact that it's Christmas time, the fact that it's Santa, the fact that there's snow. I mean, it's December 24th when this is taking place. I mean, that pretty much screams a Christmas movie.
Okay,
or based on Christmas.
Is Die Hard 2 an airplane movie?
An airplane movie or
an airplane movie? Is Die Hard 2 an airplane movie?
I would say no, because the action's mostly on the ground.
Yeah, but basically there's planes in it. It's set in an airport. You see what I mean? That's basically, if you take the Die Hard, the first one, as a Christmas movie, then that's in the airport. You see a number of planes in the air, one crashing. Does that make it an airplane movie? That's what I was saying.
Does it make it an army movie?
But there's also the other aspects of it is what do you define if you're watching a movie makes it a Christmas movie?
So right.
Let's take a look at another one. It's a Wonderful Life. Is that a Christmas movie?
Didn't come out during Christmas, that's for sure.
But is it
when it came out? It was like issued in July of 46, I think.
Well, Die Hard in the States was July, and in the UK it was the end of November.
Oh, Ironcaster's in the chat. Ironcaster, if you want to join, I'll put the link in again.
You need somebody else to actually balance out the fact that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
It,
But
Okay,
that's
Scrooge.
what we started discussing because somebody had said my Christmas movie is, and I stood up and somebody went, oh, here he goes again. But what I'm saying is, I say it's a movie set over Christmas.
Yes.
Would you class Trading Places as a Christmas movie? Dan Aykroyd dresses as Santa at one point, and it happens over the December. But how many people say that's a Christmas movie?
Well,
the genre of it, parts of it, multi-genre. Nobody's denying that, but they always class it as something. One genre is the mainstay of it. And to me, an action movie is an action movie. It doesn't matter when it's set. But because it's set over Christmas at Nakatomi's Christmas party, if that makes it a Christmas movie, then there's a lot of movies out there that are Christmas movies.
Well, I mean, okay, I don't know I know you joined Roman's stream when he was doing the Christmas movie thing. Let me bring this up. Trying to talk and type at the same time.
Do you mean a Christmas movie where Christmas is an integral part of the story?
Yeah,
do you mean a Christmas movie which takes part of Christmas where Christmas is involved, but which could take place at any time of the year, which happens to take place at Christmas? Or do you mean a movie which you associate with Christmas because it's usually been on at Christmas? In which case, I would raise you Sound of Music.
Yes, it's not. To me, that's not a Christmas movie.
Not Christmas,
but what I class as a Christmas movie is something where Christmas is integral to the movie. So if you took Christmas out, would the movie change? Yes, I've seen a number of those. I've seen one that's actually fully coloured. Someone's painted it, so you can download it and print it yourself.
I actually agree with you in general, PJ. I agree. I think Die Hard's a Christmas movie because it's a movie set at Christmas rather than it's a Christmas movie revolving around Christmas. But as for the snow, only if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. I don't think our friends in Australia are having a white Christmas.
No. And you know why white Christmas is all the thing? People associate Christmas Day and a lot of snow.
It's North America.
No, it's basically Charles Dickens. And I've said it before because it's a fact that somebody told me and I thought, no. And I checked it out and it's true. Charles Dickens, when he was growing up during the mini ice age, they called it. So there was snow 8 years out of his life growing up. So he always associated Christmas with snow. And it was that cold that the Thames froze over and they used to have bonfires on it. Remember that Doctor Who episode where him and Bill go back in time and they're walking across the lake, it's frozen. That's the Thames and it's set at the same time because you remember you see Charles Dickens. Because there was a mini ice age, the Thames froze over enough that they could build a bonfire on it.
So bad Matt Porf's not here. Get his Australian viewpoint.
Yes, he was on the scene the other night. I was watching that as well. So, but that's what I'm saying. So, because Charles Dickens grew up with snow, anytime he wrote a story which had Christmas in it, it was always snow. So, we associate that because we grew up and the stories have been retold and it's changed from it.
And because of that, largely, I suspect, because of the popularity of Christmas Carol in particular, we tend to have Christmas tends to be associated with literally with Dickens. Christmas is a Dickensian concept in some ways.
Yeah. And it's like Derek McManus says, basically from The Great Escape to The Wizard of Oz, Dam Busters and all the Christmas movies, because they were, when he was a child, they were on at Christmas.
Yep.
Which I can understand. To me, that's a Christmas tradition if you keep watching it. But
The Great Escape was on at Christmas time?
Oh, The Great Escape. Yeah, I remember watching The Great Escape over the Christmas period.
Huh.
See, like my movie's The White Christmas because I grew up watching it with my mum. And then when I was older, my kids watched it with me. And now my kids are older, I know they watch it as well. And my youngest, was when we used to go out for a meal, she was in her late 20s. We would go for a meal with my sisters. she would take the DVD just so she could watch it on Christmas Day because it was a tradition for us. So, yes, that's a Christmas movie set over Christmas. It's got the whole Christmas theme. But there is some movies I enjoy at Christmas, but I don't class them as Christmas movies because I grew up watching them around Christmas.
Yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life. I always watch after Christmas because I don't see that as a Christmas movie. Although there's snow in it, there's one part at the end with the tree and the bell, but that's more of a story of redemption, coming to terms with things you can change and can't change.
Well, again, I referred to the fact that when it first came out, it was premiered during the summer.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I can understand that.
But that's what I'm saying. So, but it's that thing. So that I wouldn't class that as a Christmas movie, even though it's got a Christmas theme at the end. But it's all to do with Clarence's Bell. So I watched that around Christmas, maybe not on Christmas Day, but usually Boxing Day or the day after. So it's just one of those things, and it's funny how many people, when I said in work, they were, no, it's a Christmas movie. No, it's not. And it was basically, it's amazing how many people class it as a Christmas movie because they first saw it at Christmas. Not anything else, but they first saw it at Christmas, so it's their Christmas movie.
Well, I mean, it was always Wonderful Life over here, always aired at Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was one of those in the 80s and early 90s. It was overdone to the point where I don't need to see it again. But it was always at Christmas time.
Yeah. It's the same as I was talking to Jim about it. In Europe, one of the biggest Christmas traditions is Meal for One.
Dinner
for one. And it's about the woman a real woman who is going to be a bit senile and deaf and blind, and she thinks there's a load of people round the table having a meal with her, and it's the waiter or her butler who's basically feeding that, because she'll say drinks now, and he's drinking everybody's drink and getting drunker as. But that in Europe,
what was it called again?
Dinner for One. It's
Dinner
been
for
a
One.
stage play and everything, but in Germany and things like that, it's a tradition. It's always on at Christmas. It's the most played Christmas show of all time in Europe, because every Christmas
even more than
nearly
Love
50
Actually.
years. It's been on for nearly 50 years. It's an old sketch and it's still going.
1963, starring Freddie Frinton.
Yep.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, and I've seen I've seen it, and it is absolutely hilarious. But that's a Christmas tradition, but it's not a Christmas movie or show. But it's a Christmas tradition because it's on every Christmas. So I can understand where people get, this is my tradition to watch this, so this is my Christmas movie. But it's not a Christmas movie. So I'm okay with people having Christmas movies that have nothing to do with Christmas. But stop.
I mean, I'll be honest, there's really nothing that is like a must. I mean, for me, it's just because of my life. I don't have any, I have to sit down and watch this. I mean, it used to be A Wonderful Life. It used to be A Christmas Story. But again, those two were overplayed to death.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I grew up with my mum. Every Christmas Day, we would sit and watch A Wonderful White Christmas, because it was on the TV every Christmas. And then when they started putting on Boxing Day and Christmas Eve, it wasn't the same. So first chance we got a video, and we had it so we could watch it every Christmas Day. Then when the video broke, I bought the DVD, and I've bought 3 or 4 DVDs because my daughters usually borrow it and never give me it back, so I buy another one. So I've got it.
What time does the King's Speech airs?
Usually 3 p.m.
3
here.
o'clock?
Yes.
So 6 hours earlier, that'd be about 9 o'clock here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have 2 masses on Christmas morning, and then I'm hitting the road to go home to see my folks. I could actually watch it after the 8:30 mass.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun to see if they mention Harry and Meghan.
Doubt it. Because if so, that'll be the nearest he'll be to his mother's Annus Horribilis, or whatever it was,
Yeah.
Annus Horrible Year speech.
Yep.
And truthfully, it would have to be something special, because I can't see his first speech at Christmas being a downer, mentioning things that people are dislike.
He's gonna have to be part of it, Downer, because he's gonna have to admit why it's his first speech. But I saw a headline on something about King Charles's speech will be a historical first, to which my answer was no, probably can't insert in the middle word on the father will get the church lady out, Sherlock. It will be a historical speech. No, Sherlock, really? You don't say.
But
yeah, as Derek mentioned, I do miss the Christmas special from Doctor Who.
The odd thing being,
but that became a new thing with the New Who.
Yeah, it was that's what it was. That's what I was going to say. That's a New Who tradition. To me, it means nothing.
They had, I think there was, I believe, but I could be wrong. There's a lot of episodes there. There was one scene in the entire of the 27-year season of the original Doctor Who, which was specifically for Christmas, and that was the
one where William Hartnell pops out of the.
Yeah, there was Feast of Stephen and William Hartnell. No, because one of them apparently actually turned on screen and said "Happy Christmas, everyone," because it was actually broadcast on Boxing Day. If I remember right, because the story was called The Feast of Stephen. If I remember correctly, and that's one where I think it was William Hartnell. He said, turned to the camera and said, "Merry Christmas, everyone," to the audience, and I think that's the only time in the classical series has been anything that's particularly acknowledged as being Christmas. Whereas what RTD brought in the tradition of actually having specials at Christmas.
I will say I like that tradition. I mean, it's a new tradition, but I miss it.
Definitely.
The problem for me with that is a tradition being long-standing. They didn't even have it long enough standing that when they cancelled it, people were moaning about it as if it had been going on for years and years and years. But it wasn't. It only had started maybe 5-10 years before at the most. And then they suddenly cancelled it anyway as a tradition because they didn't want it on Christmas Day.
But I mean, the idea. Today is Festivus. I mean, it's a new holiday still, even though it's over 30 years old.
Never heard of it, Father.
You never heard of Festivus?
Never.
Oh, okay, we got to play that.
I'll give you Christmas.
Seinfeld.
I'll give you Yule and Midwinter because it's the old one from which the Christian Church, no offense, Father, adopted the date of Christmas to fit in with the Midwinter festivals.
Yeah.
But
there we go. Okay. I know I will get copyright struck for this, or at least claimed. I don't care.
Well,
this is Festivus.
Odd from my dad.
What is it? Wait. Dear son, happy Festivus? What is Festivus?
It's nothing. It's nothing.
When George was growing up, his father hated all the commercial and religious aspects of Christmas, so he made up his own holiday.
Oh, and another piece of the puzzle falls into place.
All right. And instead of a tree, didn't your father put up an aluminum pole?
Jerry,
stop it. And then weren't there feats of strength that always ended up with you crying?
I can't take it anymore. I'm going to work. You have me now. I got your message. I haven't celebrated Festivus in years. What is your interest?
Just tell me everything, huh?
Many Christmases ago, I went to buy a doll for my son. I reached for the last one they had, but so did another man. As I rained blows upon him, I realized there had to be another way.
What happened to the doll?
It was destroyed. But out of that, a new holiday was born. A Festivus for the rest of us.
Must have been some kind of doll.
She was. And at the Festivus dinner, you gather your family around and tell them all the ways they have disappointed you over the past year.
And is there a tree?
No, instead there's a pole. Requires no decoration. I find tinsel distracting.
Frank, this new holiday of yours is scratching me right where I itch.
Let's do it then.
All right.
Festivus is back. I'll get the pole out of the crawl's face.
Oh, Frank.
Hello, woman. Well, happy Festivus.
What is that? Is that the pole?
George, Festivus is your heritage. It's part of who you are.
That's why I hate it.
It's a big dinner Tuesday night at Frank's house. Everyone's invited.
George, you're forgetting how much Festivus has meant to us all. I brought one of the cassette tapes. Read that poem.
I can't read it. I need my glasses.
You don't need glasses. You're just weak. You're weak.
Leave him alone!
All right, George.
Ah.
It's time for the Festivus Feats of Strength.
Get it off! Don't fight of strength! Festivus!
We had some good times.
They nailed you on the 20 G's?
Busted gold. It's made from aluminum. Very high strength to weight ratio.
I find your belief system fascinating.
Hey, happy Festivus, everyone!
Welcome, newcomers. The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it. You, Kruger, my son tells me your company stinks.
Oh, God.
Quiet, you'll get yours in a minute. Kruger, you couldn't smooth a silk sheet if you had a hot date with a babe. I lost my train of thought.
Jerry,
Gwen, how did you know I was here?
Kramer told me.
Another Festivus miracle.
I guess this is the ugly girl I've been hearing about. Hey, I was in a schwitz for 6 hours. Give me a break.
Gwen, wait! Ah! Bad lighting on the porch.
Hey, how did my horse do?
He had to be shot.
And now, as Festivus rolls on, we come to the feats of strength.
Not the feats of strength.
This year, the honor goes to Mr. Kramer.
Oh, gee, Frank, I'm sorry. I gotta go. I have to work a double shift at H&H.
I thought you were on strike.
Yeah, well, I caved. I mean, I really had to use their bathroom. Frank, no offense, but this holiday's a little out there.
Kramer, you can't go. Who's going to do the feats of strength?
How about George?
Good thinking, Cougar. Until you pin me, George, Festivus is not over.
Oh, please, somebody stop this.
Let's rumble!
Take him, Georgie.
Come on, be sensible.
Stop crying and fight your father.
Ow! Oh, I got it!
This is the best Festivus ever!
Anyway, that's always on like the 23rd.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I've never heard of Festivus. I never liked Seinfeld. I never found why
I
it was
never
funny.
really did either, but I like the idea. It's just, again, oh, what's his name? Jerry Stiller. It's just, I'm a big fan of Jerry Stiller.
Well, it seems to come up every so often, doesn't it? That someone comes up with an idea to say, okay, we'll take the Christian aspect of it out of it and call it mid-fest or midwinter or whatever, because it has.
Well,
it's definitely morphed into something a lot more than just a specific religious holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
you'll have people who will turn around different religions still celebrating Christmas because it is more than
the rabbi.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'll say one thing. Gary's been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually am looking forward to his stream later today. I don't know who's on it. But
I've no heard who's on it.
Anyway, but as I was telling PJ before we went live, I just finished season 3 of Jack Ryan. And yeah, the first episode is a little slow, but it really does take off after that. I greatly enjoyed it.
I only watched a couple and I just couldn't get into it. But Jack Ryan was never, even the Tom Cruise movies I thought were dull.
Well, I mean, I'm not into the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible. I like the original series.
I like the original series. I dislike the remake when they made Oscar the baddie.
Sorry, no, not Oscar. You're thinking of Mission. You're thinking of $6 Million Man.
No. So I don't know who was in charge.
Jim Phelps. Oscar was into $6 Million Man. Jim Phelps. You mean the point at which I quite literally threw the book across my bedroom and vowed never to watch another Mission Impossible movie? Don't know what you're talking about.
I guess it would help if I started to watch one. I've never seen one. I've never seen an Avatar movie.
I've seen the one Avatar movie and I saw it once and I thought it was the biggest load of boring rubbish I'd ever seen.
It looked boring at the time. I had no desire to see it when it came out.
Well, everybody was going on about it. I went to see it and I thought, what the biggest waste of time. I was even tempering my language when I was trying to describe it there. Because there's a lot more expletives in when somebody mentions Avatar's a good movie.
And the thing is, it's like a lot of these things. It's an impressive movie, especially if you see it of its time. You know, it's massively impressive technically, but okay, that's not enough.
Yeah, and there's a load of movies that I would say are really good movies that are some of my favourite. However, the groundbreaking technology they filmed them in, I wish they hadn't, because that ruins the technical aspect of it.
The faking of things.
Dread 3D, for instance, all done 3D in slow-mo. I did not care for that. As soon as I got the DVD where I could watch it in 2D, I was a lot happier with. But because I went to see it 8 times in the cinema, and every time I watched it, I got a headache with the having to wear those silly glasses. So
you got a headache and you still went to see it 7 more times. That's dedication.
Yes. It's Judge Dredd.
It's
a great movie. But the thing is, they do these just for a reason to get somebody to notice it. Whereas to me, I would have rather they just actually spent the extra money on something else within the movie.
Yeah.
Rather than all this having to design cameras specifically for these shots and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you do that, and if it's there, if you're doing something to demonstrate the technology, fine, excellent, and really impressive, but do it for that. Do it, make something unexpected. We're doing this for the amazing technology. You don't have to do something that lasts 5 hours or whatever it was Avatar lasted or seemed to last.
Yeah, and it's the same idea. One of my bosses on his boat had a 3D TV, and I had seen stuff on 3D, and I thought I was never impressed with it. Be it the wee paper glasses with the green and red, I never found that impressive. Or watching it through these special glasses that
it doesn't seem to be many 3D TVs anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's the glasses, you put them on, and it was just the DVD to show off. And this one was fish swimming. And I was very impressed because it looked like you could reach out and touch the fish because of the way the glasses were working with the TV. It looked very impressive. And I thought, I would like to watch a 3D movie on that. However, they're not going to make 3D movies like that because it was only the DVD was the proof of concept, so you could see what it could do.
Yeah.
But there's no movies out there that can do it, and that will not happen for years to come.
I will say, I remember, I think it was the first or second of the Star Wars sequels that was in 3D where the ship is, I mean, it really felt like the ship was coming out of the screen.
Yeah, I would love to see some of the movies with that TV and those glasses because I was very impressed, even with the wee fishbowl thing. I could have watched that for hours, just trying to grab the fish because it looked so good. And you're sitting watching shit. I would love to watch Jaws in that with that screen 3D with it.
Not the 83 version.
But that's what I'm saying there. I would have liked to see just a 3D version where the shark comes out, even just one wee jump scare with that technology. Oh, you can just imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously not the Back to the Future. 3D.
Well, it's interesting. I was watching one of these top 10 things from Trek Culture about top 10 inventions in Star Trek within the universe, obviously. And one of them was holograms. I'm thinking, yeah, but we've got holograms now of a sort. But you see, that's what I would have think. You know, your next 3D, real 3D would be a hologram.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they're already doing that with concerts.
Yeah, but we don't, you know. But you could. The problem with that is you see it on the TV, and yes, you know that actually no, it's not a real hologram. It's a special effect because we don't have the technology to do a hologram. Which we can broadcast. For example, you know hologram works because you've got pictures. You've got the projectors that project it in 3D. You know, you it's like the transporter. Well, no, the only problem with the transporter is you've got to know they never have a receiver. Side to side transporter, yes, because you've got something to reintegrate the atoms, etc. If you do it down to planet surface, you've got nothing. What's bringing you back together? You know, same for hologram. You've got this idea of hologram where you've got the 3D controls and all the rest. Now that's obviously special effects at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it reminds me. I just saw this movie the other night. I'm gonna show the TV trailer. It's with Christopher Lee. It was pretty bad. Here we go. Let me bring this up. The special effects at the end, I would love to see in 3D, but here we go.
They walk among us. They look like us. They have a power far greater than we've ever seen before. And they have decided to destroy us. You have everything to look forward to, except tomorrow. End of the world.
A cardboard there with a tinsel inside.
Okay, so
I watched that for the first time. It was actually really bad. Christopher Lee's performance was really good, but the movie just sunk.
It looks like some of those things are outtakes from something like, no, not to the Devil and the Daughter, who was a good guy in that.
Mm-hmm.
One of the ones, either one of the Dracula movies or one of the other horror movies where he's the bad guy.
Reminds me, I gotta start rewatching the Hammer movies.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got a couple of Hammer movies on thing in my list. I've got a couple of monster movies on the list as well. Classic monster movies.
Oh, there it is.
Well, I actually, when I was a lot younger, I actually read a lot of the Dennis Wheatley's occult ones, and they were actually I thought they were quite cleverly written. I don't know if you ever read them, Father, but
what was it called?
Dennis Wheatley.
No, I have not heard of it.
Never heard of Dennis Wheatley?
Nope. Me either.
You've never heard of To the Devil a Daughter?
Nope.
Well,
I would just say,
so yeah, go on, Father.
I got 20 of the Hammer movies on Blu-ray.
I think To the Devil a Daughter was a Hammer movie.
Yeah. I picked them up on DVD from a charity shop, the whole Hammer collection. So we did.
I didn't know those were available. I thought they didn't have everything on a box set.
Yeah, the box set is literally a large set, and you got the whole collection. It's even got each of the DVD slots actually make up part of the Red Cross on it. It's quite an impressive collection just based on the box set.
Okay, so there's the Gorgon with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee.
Mm-hmm.
That looks interesting. The Pirates of Blood River with Glenn Corbett, who I don't know who that is, but it has Christopher Lee in it. Ooh, The Scream of Fear also has Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
So
do you want to see a funny Christmas story? It's a very quick thing. It actually happened to me. I go to the charity shop to pick up DVDs for my pick of the week. So I picked up one, and I thought, I've not seen this for a wee while, so I'll watch that. So I picked up The Grinch That Stole Christmas from the charity shop, and I thought, okay, no problem.
Yes.
It was nothing in it. Someone had stole the disc for The Grinch That Stole Christmas. So I thought, the Grinch has already been here because he destroyed Christmas for me.
Just to answer Dead Punk's Gags question, it's 20 movies on like 10 DVD or 10 Blu-rays.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I've got the Frankenstein set. I got the box set for Frankenstein.
Well, I got the Dracula one.
I think Wen's got the Dracula one. I'm sure she said she had the Dracula one.
But this is more of a DVD. It was in the Blu-ray.
See, I've got most of mine's are DVD. I've got a few Blu-rays, but not many. I don't care enough to pay the extra for Blu-rays when I'm watching it in the same size of screen that I use for YouTube. So it's just, if I had a big, massive screen, maybe. But I don't have a big, massive screen, so I don't get much more quality. So I just stick with DVDs because I'm a cheapskate and it's cheaper.
Actually, I'm going to see, since I run the channel, he was asking if Horror Dracula is on this. I don't think it is, but, I can find the Amazon link to it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put that in the link for those that want to see the... Oh, wow. Oh, gee, it's actually on sale big time right now. It's only for $33. Normally it is $109.
What's it called again? What's the set? I'm just going to actually see what it's actually.
Ultimate Collection, Hammer Horrors, 70% off right now.
Right. Is that DVD or Blu-ray?
Yeah, Blu-ray.
Blu-ray, right. So, Hammer Horror 8-film collection, the complete series, The House of Horror. I'm just looking to see if I can see the same one.
Well, that one would be...
There it's there. The Ultimate Collection, it's called. 20 movies, Blu-ray, £62.
And then you're going to buy a Blu-ray player on top.
So you're getting it a lot cheaper, and it's £62 here.
Well, actually, I don't know, because I think I bought it for a little bit more than that when I bought it a few years ago. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, so...
That was it.
Yeah, that's it. The only one that's there on Amazon here is £62, and that's free delivery. So it's definitely a lot cheaper over there, Father.
Yeah, but I still can't get stuff I want over here, like the New Statesman. I still can't get the British Empire. I have to buy region free DVD if I want to, or region free DVD player if I want to watch those.
Has your computer not got a DVD player on it?
No, a laptop. I'd have to get an external drive. But truth be told, if I'm watching a DVD, I have it on the TV while I'm playing on the computer, so I wouldn't be able to watch and play at the same time.
Yeah. See, I've got mine set up 3 monitors, so I just watch it in one as I'm working on the other 2.
Oh, excuse me.
I know I've always enjoyed my DVDs on my TV because it's easier for me. Because if I have to do on my Blu-ray player, it means it takes one of the screen right out, and so I've got other things on. Whereas if I'm watching a movie on my DVD on my screen, if I need to use that screen, I can minimize it, still watch it. Whereas the DVD takes it out. So that's why I try and stick to DVD, because I'm a cheapskate and I don't like things.
Let me see, what else was there?
What else is everybody getting ready to do for the Christmas lead up until Christmas morning?
I still, like I said, I still got finals to grade. Here we go. I got one more.
Yeah, I'm actually off work until the 4th of January now. I finished.
Oh, nice.
Today. So that's me right off in between. So I'm looking forward to that.
Here we go.
Looking forward to Boxing Day. I'm going to see my grandson, open his present, if I can fit it in my car.
There we go. There's another one of these commercials.
You know, as the year draws to close, many people make resolutions. Well, I've never really been a fan of seasonally lying to myself just because some jackleg dropped the ball in New York City. So if you really want to quit dipping, why don't you try my product? Back off. Because resolutions are for weak individuals that make excuses the week after Christmas.
It's a little insulting, don't you think?
I ain't insulting nobody. I'm telling the truth. I'm trying to get people off a dip. I think that's an honorable thing. And you're telling me I'm insulting the people. That did insulting.
Why are you always so mad at me?
Because you are a everything about you is too sensitive. You got a thin skin. You know that, partner? A real thin skin. I'm coming over there and I'm going to bust you right in the nose.
Let's just go again.
Fine. Because why not start the year weaning yourself off tobacco with tobacco?
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to think. So yeah, I'm the next 2 days are pretty much going to be full speed ahead until mid-morning Christmas. Then after a 4-hour drive, I'll be able to relax.
I've only got a small drive. I've only got a wee 1-hour drive, so I'm okay. But I'm actually looking forward to Christmas time this year. I've always been a bah humbug man.
Ah, Scrooge.
So, yes, so I'm thinking it's only because when I was young, I loved Christmas. When my kids were young, I loved Christmas. But when I'm an adult and I was on before I got married, and I was just thinking, no kids around, Christmas was just meh. Then the Christmas was special. Then now my kids are grown up, it's meh again. So now I've got a grandson. Yay!
Yeah.
It's tips and troughs. So whereas my mum, since she was a kid, she's loved Christmas right up until she passed. Every year she decked out the house, and my sister was the same. Everything Christmas, they were getting things organised well beforehand. Christmas was their time to shine, as it were. Whereas me, grumpy old man, bah humbug.
Well, I mean, I'm off of school until the 4th. So, I mean, I do have a little bit of time off, probably another 10 days. But I still have a lot of work to get done during that time.
You got a mass? You got a mass on?
Oh, I got
Christmas?
3. I got 3. So tomorrow night, tomorrow I have the morning mass. So Christmas Eve in the morning, but then I have the kids mass like 5:30, and then I have the 7 and 8:30 on Christmas morning.
Wow.
Now, my parish does have a midnight mass, but I'm not celebrating just because I got a long drive ahead of me.
Yeah.
And with having the 7, I figured I need sleep.
See, I've got no work at all. The only work I've got is for myself. Building a database, doing that, but it's all for me. So if I don't do it, I've got no work. This is the first time where I'm off work and I'll not be called in, because our company got took over. So I was the point of contact throughout the year. I could be contacted Christmas Day because someone was waiting for an email. Now it goes to my boss. Yee! So I can relax this Christmas. I got my first Christmas present, and I got it opened only because I was gifted money to buy myself something, and it came through.
What
My
type of fedora?
Yeah.
Is it a special fedora or just a really good fedora?
It's just a really good one. It's perfect fit and everything.
Is it wool felt?
Yes.
Beaver?
No, it's a felt. I don't know what the thing is. It's just as soon as it said felt, but designed in England. I'm trying to see. It's actually not felt, 100% wool, but it feels felt. It feels very soft. So I've got a couple of fedoras up there, but they're summer fedoras.
I'm not sure that's a.
What? Go on. That's my Christmas hopes. Go on.
No, it's no. I think a fedora normally has a flatter. He says reaching for his tube. Normally slightly flatter rim.
It has got a flatter.
Yeah. See, I have the Irish flat cap that I wear.
Yeah. Well, I've also got a pork pie hat which I wear, and the fedora was just something that I've always wanted a dress fedora. I've got summer ones. I wanted something that would do me winter, and it was nice and comfy. So I ordered it and it came through. So I was going to put it in a bag and say I'll open it at Christmas, but the money was my Christmas present. I bought that, so I bought my Christmas present early.
Mine's 100% wool as well. It's sort of woven felt wool, isn't it?
I think so. Yes. So I'm actually very happy with this. I might actually start wearing my suit and the big coat on now, just so I can wear my fedora and look cool. It never will.
Well,
see if I wear a black shirt and a black jacket.
Oh, we lost Archer.
Oh, see if I wear a black shirt and a black black shirt, black jacket, no tie. Can I play Tubular Bells while I'm wearing a hat?
There he is. He's back.
What happened there?
I have no idea.
StreamYard's banned you for actually slagging my hat.
Oh, gee.
Well, I was actually putting mine on, and mine just looked slightly
That's
different.
what it was. 2 cool hats in the one stream are not allowed.
Oh, well, that's probably it, yes.
That's what it is.
Oh, excuse me.
No, I was just saying to the father, if I wear my black shirt and my black jacket, can I play Tubular Bells as I'm walking around?
Well, Tubular
Bells?
Tubular Bells.
What's that?
The Exorcist.
Mike Oldfield.
No.
I would say
we all love The Exorcist. How did you know that was the name of the tune?
I only seen the movie once, and I actually, when it comes to movies like that, I really don't watch them.
I'm the same with computer
because
movies.
I really do believe that the devil is real, and that type of entertainment can be bad.
Yeah.
So we got a tip from Man of War. Since I can't seem to catch you in person these days, put this towards a New Year highball. Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone. So thank you, Man of War. I probably will actually use it for a drink as I finish grading my finals, because
we'll need it.
Yes, because the answer to one of the questions, the two spies that said Israel could conquer the Holy Land, do not be afraid, is Joshua and Caleb. But my kid put Sodom and Gomorrah.
It could be worse. One of them could have put James and Bond.
Yeah.
Joe and Hillary.
I went to the local cigar bar the day after the last final, and I graded one class. So my tests, if I give them back, are going to stink of cigars.
Yeah,
but that might be a good thing, because if they ask why it smells,
there's nothing wrong with that, Father.
Oh, I love a good cigar. What type do you have?
King Edward.
Those
It's an okay cigar. It's the last of my cigars because
it's a lower end one, isn't it?
My small Cubador is empty, I gave the last of my cigars out to the guys when my grandson was born. I've not replenished it, and that's the last one I've got left.
I'm more of a Mancudo, Romeo and Juliet. And if I had the money, and even if I did have the money, I probably wouldn't waste it. But I love Cohibas, but they're just so darn expensive.
Yeah, well, I think the last good cigar I got was when I was in Dubai, and it cost me, was it €100?
Ooh.
No, it was €79.
Well, I'll just bring it up again. Man and War and I when we were in Vegas, we went to the Monte Cristo cigar bar in Caesar's Palace, and I think their cigars were at least $20, which I'm sorry, I just can't spend $20 on that.
Yeah, I was the same.
I mean, I could spend a few more dollars and buy a really, really good bottle of bourbon or whiskey.
I paid more for that cigar than I did for a bottle of single barrel Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was aware it was an expensive one, but I was on holiday. We were in Dubai. We were just chilling out, and the Cubidor came round, and I just thought, treat myself.
I'm surprised they allow that over in Qatar.
I was sitting under a no smoking.
Wouldn't you be better off just to roll the money up and smoke the money?
I was sitting under a no smoking zone, so I was, and the guy clipped the cigar, gave it, lit it. They were happy because it was their own area they had. So
my problem is the state of Iowa does not have cigar bars. So when I'm home seeing the folks, I'd have to either do it outside or not at all.
So we do it outside, but the nicest one I've ever been in was on a cruise ship. Cigar bars on a cruise ship are lovely, nice, comfy. Just sit back. A Jack Daniels, and if you've not got Jack Daniels, a Bullet bourbon is nice. I like that.
Love
so
Bullet bourbon.
Sitting with a Bullet and a cigar.
Do they have Jeffersons over there?
May have. I'm a Jack
It's an
Daniels.
American bourbon.
I get Jack Daniels, I'll go for a bourbon. And the nicest bourbon I've tried from a couple of things has been the Bullet one.
Because it's been a while since I've had it, but it's basically an image of Thomas Jefferson on the bottle. I don't remember where it's brewed, but it's actually really good bourbon.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
Oh, heck, let's bring it up, see if I can find it right now. They have one, and I've never been able to buy it, mostly because it's way too expensive. But here we go. Let me bring this up here. They have it where it's been at sea, aged at sea.
That usually means it was in a ship, it sunk, and they've got it back.
Yeah.
I think I might have actually seen those bottles, so you probably can get it here. Go on in Caskers and actually see if they've got Sinatra blend Jack Daniels.
Here?
Should be able to get it there. Just want to see what the price for a litre, a presentation bottle.
Yeah, let me bring that back up. So
Sinatra blend. So no, all those ones. No,
what type of label does it have?
It's a special label. It actually says Sinatra blend. So it is
Sinatra?
Sinatra as in Frank.
Okay. Oh wow.
That's the one. That's the one. That's about right.
$180.
Over here it was £130. But that was 7 years ago. And I got that for my 50th. And it's so smooth. It's unreal. Beautiful bottle. Presentation.
It's a lot of money, though.
Yes, a lot of money, but it's yum. I used the last of it for me and my groomsmen to toast my wedding. Quarter a bottle. So I told them that's basically sip it slowly.
And if they don't like it, then you smack them.
Yeah, because you're getting no more of that stuff.
Or to waste it.
Yeah, because I used to laugh. My wife doesn't like Jack Daniels, but she's got a taste for the single barrel because it's a lot smoother. And she tasted that one, and she's going, "Oh, can I have another one?" I kept saying no. She says, "Why not?" I says, "Because the small amount you're having is about £10 a glass of Jack Daniels, and you're just sitting there going, have the single barrel. That's only £40 a bottle."
I prefer Maker's Mark. I've always enjoyed Maker's.
Yeah.
And it's not a really expensive one over here.
Yeah. I've got a load of Jack Daniels. I've got this Gentleman Jack. I've got the Silver Label. I've got the Sinatra Blend. I've got the Single Barrel. I've got the Honey. I've got the Standard Jack.
The Honey is dangerous.
The Honey is. Me and my nephew sat and tanned one bottle between the two of us, going, "This is quite nice. Here, try it. Aye, give it more." Basically, because a bottle can go down very, very quickly.
But that's the same thing with the Crown Royal Maple. It's like drinking a bottle of syrup.
Yeah, because I have done that when we were in holiday. They didn't have any Jack Daniels, but they had honey rum. And I got that drunk one night because I didn't realise I was... Because you're saying, honey rum, it's like sweets. Woohoo!
A priest actively trying to send me to tweet? I know that Man of War does not have Twitter. I've given up trying to get him to join Twitter.
Well, Colin's not on Twitter either.
The what?
Colin is not on Twitter either.
I was wondering about that because I was wondering how to get in touch with him on this.
Yeah, Discord we have to send.
Okay.
Colin?
Yep. As it happens, I actually saw it when you put the stream up this morning.
Yeah. I figured I'd do it a little bit early.
Yeah.
But no, I'm coming up on time. I'm going to have to get running soon because I have to start getting dinner made. It's going to take 5 hours in the crock pot. So,
yep. Well, have a lovely dinner and
I will
have a great Christmas. Enjoy your day, even though you're working and we're not.
Yeah, but it's going to be fun.
Are you streaming next Friday, Father?
I do not know because I will be coming back from Iowa, so I don't know.
In that case, we'll shill the thing we forgot never got a chance to shill last week. Shall we, PJ?
Yeah, go ahead.
PJ and I have started doing a Castles and Crusades role-playing game every other Friday. So it was actually last Friday. We would have been. So we had a Friday. At 11 o'clock our time on the Tabletop Junkie channel. So
which we're having fun. It is fun. It's a new game to me because I've played a load of role play games. That one is fun. So that's this Friday coming.
Just to let her know, it is a Mexican tater tot casserole that I'm going to make with corn, salsa, beans, about 2 pounds of tater tots, a lot of hamburger and meat or cheese.
Father, going to stop making me hungry.
Hey, it's dinner time over there. It's not here.
Yes, I know it's dinner time over here. But I'm actually that bad. I'm thinking about maybe getting into some beef jerky.
Very good.
Or finish off the one that already started.
I was going to say, oh dear, the elf jerky comes out again.
The elf jerky.
Beef jerky.
So, well, with that,
sorry.
Thank you. No, that's okay. I was just gonna say I thank you guys for joining me. It's been good. I'm sorry Ian couldn't make it, and I know Roman had Christmas plans with the family and everything. So, but if I don't see you guys before next year, have a happy New Year's.
Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everybody. And we'll do this again soon. So till then, we'll be seeing you as we hit the end button.